Hello, hi. Sorry for the delay there. Hi, welcome to Tainan, Taiwan. I'm in southern Taiwan right now, and it is about 10:30 in the morning here, and it's very warm. Southern Taiwan is tropical, so the temperatures here are warmer. It's a drier climate as well compared to northern Taiwan, where I'm mostly in Taipei. And I'm just outside the Confucius Temple. Hey, thanks for inviting your followers. Snow in the Light, thank you so much. Thanks everyone for inviting their followers. Easy to do, swipe the screen left to right on iOS or up on Android. I'm just outside this very beautiful Confucius Temple here. I'm going to just take a walk around the grounds in a sec. Hey Spain, how are you? And show you around here. This is just a lovely part of town. I usually, if I can, I like to stay around here because of the buildings, and it's a lovely neighborhood. I mean, lots of places are really nice in Tainan. And if you ever come to Taiwan, don't just stay in Taipei. Try to come down south, because this is really, truly Taiwan. In every sense of the word, in the vibrancy of the traditional culture, and the people are extremely friendly and laid back here. It's definitely a different feeling than Taipei. And Taipei is wonderful as well. But it's just a nice contrast. It's a great way to see the whole country, not just one aspect of it. And these are just lovely grounds here. This whole part of Tainan is very, thank you so much. This part of Tainan, thanks Mitch, how are you doing, man? Good to see you. Hope you're feeling well. This part of Tainan is extremely historic. There's lots of buildings in this area. Tainan used to be the capital of Taiwan before it was a colony of Japan. So Japan moved the capital to Taipei, obviously for reasons of geography. It's closer to Japan, and for them it made sense to have Taipei as the capital. But at one time Tainan was the capital. And actually of late they've been talking about shifting some of the government workings to the south as well. Oh, that's good. I'm really glad to hear, my friend. So they're actually talking about kind of shifting some of the offices and things south as well, just to distribute some of the jobs and the economy. But for now, it's just a lovely place to come. And this is, well, it's, I'm not, good question. I think I'm not sure if the government owns this particular property, to be honest with you. But it's, to tell you something about this, it's a lovely temple, and it is one of the only ones I've ever been to. I think maybe the only one I've ever been to where they charge 25 NT, which is about $1, just a little less than $1, which is nothing. But almost every temple in Taiwan is free for anybody, but this one, and it's probably just because it's not, Confucius temples, people don't visit them as much. A mix of both. A lot of organizations own like different like Buddhist sects, and that some of them even have their own TV channel here. So they're quite lucrative, so they can afford to keep up. But they have like just congregations like everybody else, but not necessarily state-owned that I know of, anyways. But very good question, and I'll look into that a little bit deeper. But this temple, of course, probably requires a lot of money to maintain, and Confucius temples don't have as many followers, to be honest with you, than most of the other temples in Taiwan. So it's probably just out of necessity that they charge this nominal fee in order to maintain this site. But it is absolutely a stunning place, and there's schools all around here. I think there's some kids in session right now. And actually what I'm going to do is I want to just take a walk outside of this temple and show you another beautiful building that is a museum for Taiwan writers, and it's this gorgeous old Japanese colonial building here. It's probably one of the most beautiful buildings in Tainan. And I'm just taking a walk around here, and then I want to go to this historic department store I've never been to here, and it's actually just around the corner. I may have walked past it before, but I've never actually gone inside, so I want to check that out. And then I'm going back down to the fireworks festival tonight. Yes, I am. I am using a Steadicam, and I'm heading back to the fireworks festival tonight. I don't know. Oh, tap the screen, by the way. It's Chinese. It's Year of the Monkey. Still Chinese New Year. Tap the screen, you get monkeys. Thanks. Thanks for the hearts and the monkeys. It's John Sabot, FarEastAdvTravl, and I'm usually based out of Taipei, but I'm in Tainan for a couple of days. I'm down south for the incredible Yanshui Beehive Fireworks Festival, and I was there last night. You can still watch all of the replays on Periscope. I got up pretty close to the fireworks, pretty crazy, but I have to go back down tonight. I'm from Canada. I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. And so I'm going to head back down tonight and get some more footage and talk to some people and stuff. Hello, hola to you, Peter. How are you, my friend? West Virginia, hi. Yeah, give me a shout out where you are. Please give me a shout out where you are. I'd love to say hi to you from Tainan, Taiwan. I don't get down here as often as I'd like. It's so pretty here, and it's such a different feeling than northern Taiwan. It's so relaxed here, and people are really friendly, and the food is amazing. I mean, almost everywhere you go, there's just really good food. Hey, Ontario, how are you? Yes, I do. I do work in media, and I have worked in media almost my whole life, off and on. And I was a executive at one time in media and a broadcaster, and now I'm a private broadcast journalist, and I produce a couple of podcasts that are available on iTunes and Blog Talk Radio. The audio one's available on blogtalkradio.com in the United States, and well, all over the world, of course, based out of New York. And I have a video podcast as well. They're both called FarEastAdvTravl. And, well, I created it myself. And, I just wanted to do something really that, was my passion and share my passion for Asia and traveling. So that's why I do what I do. So I've got 2 podcasts going, and if you check those out, that'd be really cool. You love the East also. Oh, cool. Yeah, I spend all my time here pretty much. I only spend a few weeks out of the year, sometimes only once a year, sometimes only once every 2 years in the West. So I'm mostly here, and people are very polite here. There's a different type, but I was thinking about this. That's a good point that you brought up. There's a politeness in every culture, I find. Even in the West, if you might not think it, people get grumpy and they swear at each other in traffic and stuff. But there's a politeness everywhere, and it's all about respecting each other's cultures and the politeness. So if you're in a place where, please is a good word to say, then say it. If you're in a place that excuse me is a good word to say, is better than please, then say it. Just adapt to the culture, respect the local culture. And we all have something that's really cool that we can learn from each other. And but I've learned a lot about Asia and the different cultures here, because you can get on a plane and within a couple of hours feel like you're in a different world. Yeah, the Steadicam's really cool, and I actually, they're expensive, and I purchased it originally for my podcast. That was the purpose of it, not for Periscope. But when Periscope went to landscape, I started using it, I get lots of good comments for sure. I mean, it's kind of I don't know if I was just doing Periscope if I would buy it, but because I use it for my podcasts, it's very handy to use for Periscope as well. This is the outside of this Writers Museum here, and this is your typical Japanese style colonial building. Really, really gorgeous, and because Tainan was the capital of Taiwan at one time, there's lots of Japanese architecture here and Japanese influence here. And people here, despite there was definitely some rough and tumble with the Japanese ruling Taiwan, people here love Japanthis culture. Taiwanese are the number one tourists to Japan, and they love this part of their history, at least the good stuff, maybe not the bad stuff. But this is a very, very beautiful part of Tainan, right around the Confucius Temple. Is tension palpabic? Don't know what you mean by that. Maybe you could ask that for me again, because I'm just kind of waking up. I'm not sort of with it, but maybe you could just ask me that question again in other words, and maybe I can answer for you. Well, I'm not sure what you mean in what respect, but if it's just talking about like, people getting along, is that what you mean? I don't know. Sorry. This is a fire station hall that they're renovating, and I'm not exactly sure on the age of it, but definitely historical significance, and they're doing a lot of renovation on it right now. And this is the big roundabout here. The train station's about 10-15 minutes walking distance from here. And here you go. So I'm going to sign off, and I'll be back again from southern Taiwan, Tainan. Thank you so much for joining me. Check out my podcast on iTunes, FarEastAdvTravl, audio and video. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. 谢谢, bye-bye from Tainan, Taiwan. Thank you.